how US outfoxed Iran to acquire Russian origin fighters from Moldova after breaking up of USSR. Iran is reportedly keen to acquire Russian Su-35 flanker E fighters to counter the fighter fleets of its regional adversaries. However, a similar attempt by Tehran in the late 1990s to acquire cutting-edge MiG-29 Falcon fighters from a former Soviet state was derailed by its adversary, the United States. Iran media reported in March 2023 that a deal had been reached between Iran and Russia to arm the Iranian Air Force with 24 Su-35 fighter jets that were originally built for Egypt. The purported sale was believed to be based on Iran's continued support for the Russia military in its war against Ukraine. Iran has already received the Russian Yang 130 trainer aircraft that it has equipped with 73 air-to-air missile. When the deal first made headlines, observers noted that the acquisition would mark a substantial upgrade for the Iranian Air Force, predominantly consisting of outdated US and Soviet era aircraft. Increasingly, when Israel attacked Iranian military sites in missile attack in October, pro-Israel and pro-West military bloggers joked that Iran would have to keep its outdated fighters in the air so that Israeli missiles don't have obliterate whatever is left of the Iranian Air Force. Iran association with Russian jets go back more than 3 decades. Iran bought about 18 MiG-29 in 1989 with deliveries starting the following year in 1990 during Operation Desert Storm in 1991. Four more MiG-29s were flown from Iraq to Iran. After the disintegration of the Soviet Union, Iran tried to buy more MiG-29 from Moldova, a small European country located close to Russia. However, the United States came in the way and bought the fighters instead of to deny Iran the opportunity to have them. How US derailed Iran plan to buy MiG-29 from Moldova. The MiG-29 was developed and inducted into the Soviet Air Force during Cold War. It was designed as a replacement to the American F-15 Eagle and F-16 Falcon. The aircraft was believed to the comparable of to the two Ace American fighters and even more advanced than them in certain areas. The US officials were integrated intrigued with the MiG-29 Falcon since the day they first spotted in the in it in satellite images. They saw a sophisticated, sleek-looking fighter that could challenge the best US Air Force fighter jets of the time. Some US officials openly acknowledged that the Soviets were catching up with the US aircraft technology. The MiG-29 was a lethal and agile aircraft in its heyday. Its Archer AA-11 missile was very sophisticated for the 1990s because it could lock targets with a helmet-mounted cruising system away from the jet's nose of greater angles than the American fighters of the same class. When the Soviet Union dis- disintegrated in December 1991, many former Soviet states in- inherited these formidable fighter. One such state, Moldova, fulcrums that it could not afford to fly or maintain anymore. The only logical step for the country was to sell them. The US was worried that another adversaries might purchase the Moldovan MiG-29s and use them against the interests of the United States and its allies. Iran expressed the willingness to purchase these second-hand Falcons from Moldova in 1997. Washington feared that the Moldova could sell Iran the mix, particularly the nuclear capable MiG-29C version, which Iran allegedly sought in at the time. The officials in the US believed that Iran wanted the aircraft because it strived to become a nuclear power. The US also believed that the acquisition of these aircraft by Iran would destabilize the entire Middle East region and put its closest ally Israel in a precarious security situation. So it decided to buy the aircraft from Moldova instead. After stating that they were on Iran's shopping list, then Defense Secretary William S. Cohen declared that the United States would buy 21 of these jets from the former Soviet state. In a deep recession, Moldova readily acquiesced to sell most of its MiG-29 Fulcrum fleet to the US. Under a deal reached in October 1997, the US purchased the 6 MiG-29 A's and 1 MiG-29B and 14 MiG-29C, along with 500 air-to-air missiles and all the spare parts. And this logistic equipment at the Moldovan airbase where the aircraft were stationed. The United States transported the fighters to Wright Patterson's Air Force Base, National Air and Space Intelligence Center, NASIC, on C-17 military transport aircraft.